Hi, dear cricket fans, friends, and subscribers of Cricket Happenings. This is Ram, your host, with your favorite show, Cricket Happenings. Well, today what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do a capsule of two matches. One is the third day's play at the Dubai International Cricket Stadium, where Pakistan were playing with South Africa, and the main match were in India versus New Zealand, stumps on day three. Well, stumps on day three, India actually are actually leading up from the front today by actually taking a lead of 86 runs, thanks to W.S. Lakshman, who made 74 on his home ground, and Harbhajan Singh, who entertained the crowd to plenty and still there entertaining them, and almost carrying on from where he left off the other day with his first maiden century in Test cricket, and probably now looking out for a second century in Test cricket. And what tremendous entertainment! In fact, 110 runs added in the last session, out of which and in fact the 110 runs, it's a partnership of almost it's a tremendous partnership which is going on right now between Harbhajan and Srisant, and Harbhajan Singh has garnered the full strike there and is not out on 85, 82 balls after smashing 7 fours and 5 sixes and looking really dangerous with his orthodox and unorthodox strokes. And Srisant is giving him admirable company, not out on 14. And earlier India actually made 436. As far as India were concerned, they started off with, so as I said, I'm going to be very brief here. Initially, I'm going to be brief as far as the report between India and New Zealand is concerned, stumps on day three. But also, after doing the report, what I'll do is, if at all I find time on YouTube, I'll analyze and I will speak more about the game. So this is something that I'm experimenting right now. Well, Tendulkar and Lakshman started the day for India, and as you know, the score was healthy 178 for 2. Well, in fact, New Zealand didn't take time getting their wicket, and what a prize wicket they got. It was Tendulkar having a rush of blood, which I thought was very unnecessary in the circumstances. It came, in fact, they were kept a bit quiet, I would say, by the bowlers, but Tendulkar actually, rush of blood, came down the wicket, lost everything there. His head was high up in the air, and well, Daniel Vettoria scalped him as Ross Taylor, in fact, struck his right hand and picked up a very good catch in the slips, and Lakshman, in fact, Tendulkar was walking, caught Taylor, bowled Vettori for 13 of 28 balls with 1-4. After that, it was it was Dravid and Tendulkar at the crease at the time. So Tendulkar was gone at the score on 184 for 3 for India. And after that, W.S. Lakshman and Dravid combined and did a very good partnership. They actually dragged down the score, I would say, to 259, as both of the batsmen are a bit defensive. But you know, Lakshman definitely plays the strokes. Dravid was also taking his own time at the crease, trying to read the pitch there, and both of them went on. Dravid played a few good strokes, but Lakshman was the one to really watch. His wrists coming into play, and one of the balls that he worked right from the off stump into the fence, what a flick it was. And W.S. Lakshman was using his wrist well. He was maneuvering the ball into the gaps. He was putting the ball into the onside. 11 fours were really and there were a lot of onside strokes this time of Lakshman. Basically, his wrists coming into play every time. And well, he went on to 74. But Dravid was gone. Now Dravid was gone right after the tea session, when Dravid actually got a ball. The new ball was claimed, and Saudi got a ball which actually held its line, and Dravid was ruled LBW, bowled Saudi for 45 with 5 fours. After that, Suresh Raina came in. Suresh Raina couldn't do much actually. He contributed 3 fours in his score of 20, becoming a victim of Vettori. Was the best bowler today. He was caught in the deep and tried for a stroke that he normally does, his slog sweep, and Guptill took the catch and he was gone. MS Dhoni started off with a very confident boundary, but when that was all, he was caught by McCullum of the bowling of Vettori for 14. And then W.S. Lakshman was there, but Lakshman also lost his wicket. Now, this was Chris Martin coming in, and Lakshman, after playing a very good innings of 74, was sent to the pavilion by Martin, as he had him LBW for 74 for 160 balls with 11 fours. And earlier, Dravid was out for 45 with 5 fours. After that, Zahir Khan came in. Harbhajan Singh came in. Harbhajan Singh had a good look and immediately went after the bowlers. That was when Lakshman departed. It was 326 for 6. Dhoni was at the wicket. Once Dhoni came and Zahir Khan, Harbhajan Singh were at the crease, Harbhajan Singh decided to use the long handle, and well, he did it in fine fashion. Well, he was not afraid. He was, I mean, not afraid, I would say. He was a very bold approach by Harbhajan Singh. Went after the bowlers and actually hit them off their line by hitting some beautiful strokes. He smashed the bowlers all around the park. But Zahir Khan was a victim when Saudi actually. Zahir Khan also played one very good shot of the back foot on the offside, but Zahir Khan was claimed by Saudi when Arnold actually picked up his cat and he was gone. Pragyan Oja was run out for a duck, but when Sreesanth came in, Harbhajan really take the batting wand into his own hands, and the way he struck sixes. In fact, first he struck Daniel Vettori for two consecutive sixes, back-to-back sixes over long on, and then he struck Brent Arnold, the pace bowler, for a slightly slow swept him over deep mid-wicket for a six, hit him for a four, and Harbhajan Singh, as I said, he was hitting the ball all around the park. All the bowlers were coming under. Saudi was hit, Brent Arnold was hit, Martin was hit over the top for four, and Harbhajan Singh was entertaining the crowd plenty. Absolutely a merry-making he was. He was not out on 85 at the end at the close of play. 85 of just 82 deliveries, 7 fours and 5 sixes, just carrying on with that effort that he had the maiden century and looking good for his second test century now. And Sreesanth was not out on 14, also hit 2 fours and giving him good company there, 14 of 47 balls. 436 for 9 India. Have taken a very handy 86 run lead here thanks to Harbhajan Singh, who entertained the crowd in plenty and still entertaining them. And the way he was playing the strokes, it was absolutely marvelous. Took a very bold approach. All strokes, orthodox, unorthodox, everything coming out of his blade. He was paddling the ball to find, like, he was smashing it. He was slog sweeping. He was doing everything that batting strokes that one could really think of. As far as the bowling was concerned, Chris Martin 29 overs 6 maidens 1 for 87, Tim Southee 28 overs 6 maidens 3 for 95, Brent Arnold 24 overs 5 maidens none for 79, Daniel Vettori 45 overs 6 maidens 4 for 123 was the best for his toil there. Kane Williamson 7 overs 31, Ross Taylor bowled 1 over for 9 runs when Harbhajan took 9 runs for that over, and 436 for 9 at stumps on day 3 for India against New Zealand's score of 350 in the first innings. So India lead by 86 runs, 1 wicket standing, and one has to see how Harbhajan goes on to his second test century, and then whatever runs come, it is going to be a bonus for India. And you know, the ball, there is definitely some bounce to the pitch. There is some turn also available for the spinners, so it is going to be a very good game of cricket on the 4th day for sure. Now, let's go to Dubai, the International Cricket Stadium. Well, let's catch up with what's happening there between South Africa and Pakistan. As you know, in fact, Pakistan had a very good score, and they had their openers had done well, and they were looking pretty, 144 for 2. But well, the Pakistani innings also went the South African way on the second day, as Pakistan collapsed from 144 to just 248 all out and handing over a 132 run lead to South Africa, who have seized the initiative here. It was all done by the right arm off spinner Botha, who came in and took 3 wickets in the morning session, and after that it was all Mon Markel way, as Mon Markel took all the remaining 5 wickets to actually put Pakistan into deep trouble and getting them rolled out for 248. As far as and then South Africa in their second dig were 139 for 2. That is a lead of 271 runs with 8 wickets remaining as far as this test match is concerned. So South Africa in a very good position. Let's look at what happened. Well, Pakistan started off. In fact, Yunis Khan and Azhar Ali were the crease. Azhar Ali was impressive, but Yunis Khan was the first to go when both actually had him hitting to short mid-wicket, and he was gone for 35 with 3 fours. Misbah-ul Haq in his first test as captain was also disappointed when Botha actually, as I said, in the morning session he took 3 wickets. Botha came in and beautiful catch taken by Amla it was, I think, backward short leg, and he was dismissed for 9. Umar Akmal started off, he was gone for 4. It was a very bad stroke from Akmal actually. Umar Akmal played irresponsibly according to me, because what he did was he tried to hit Botha out of the ground. He was trying to put him on the onside, and Steen took the catch and he was walking for 4. Adnan Akmal, making his debut, started off in very aggressive fashion, and he stroked the ball for a boundary too, very confidently. But well, Steen really tested him with a lot of bouncers and had a testing time there, and Ardan Akmal was gone due to the pressure as Steen had him edging to Boucher for 10. Abdul Rahman was out for 1 as then Mon Markel took over and started wrapping up the wickets. Mon Markel first had Abdul Rahman was gone for 1. Wahab Riaz, who couldn't bat well, he was caught behind the bowling of Markel for 5. Saeed Ajmal was also a victim of Markel, caught Boucher for 2. And then Azhar Ali was the most impressive, who stayed at the crease and bided his time, took his time there. And well, he was in a very defensive mode, but he did a good job for Pakistan there, staying there. But eventually Markel also nailed him as Amla took the catch and Azhar Ali was gone. Caught Amla, bowled Markel for 56 of 172 balls with 5 fours, 248 all out Pakistan in their second innings, conceding a lead of 132. The bowling figures were it was Dale Steen, 18 overs, 3 maidens, 1 for 58. Markel the best and getting his first 5-wicket haul, and this was the first 5-wicket haul which was done in Dubai. So Mon Markel had the very proud privilege to become the first bowler to take 5 wickets at the Dubai International Cricket Stadium. Mon Markel 21 overs, 7 maidens, 5 wickets for 54 runs. Paul Harris 25 overs, 7 maidens, 1 for 47. Jack Scalise 8 overs, 3 maidens, 1 for 16. Johan both are 23 overs, 6 maidens, 3 for 61. Let's look at the South African innings. After getting that 132 lead, South Africa pressed home the advantage, but the partnership between Alvaro Peterson and Graham Smith could only proceed as far as 47 was concerned, when the first wicket to go was Alvaro Peterson, when Abdul Rahman, the left-arm spinner, came in and actually trapped him LBW for 26 of 49 balls with 3 fours, and Graham Smith was also out with the score when the total score of South Africa was 76 when the second wicket fell. This time it was Ajmal who got Graham Smith LBW for 34 with 5 fours. At the end of the day, Hashim Amla and Jack Scalise is one of the rocks, I would say, as far as the South African batting is concerned. Hashim Amla is not out on 44 of 93 balls with 4 fours. Jack Scalise was not out on 32 of 68 balls with 2 fours. 139 for 2 South Africa. As I said, they are leading by 271 runs, 8 second innings wickets intact. Now, let's look at the bowling figures. Umar Gul 8 overs, no maidens, none for 34. Yunis Khan bowled 3 overs, none for 15, just to take the shine of the ball there, because as you know, Pakistan are definitely crippled with Wahab Riaz not bowling, and Yunis Khan had to actually wheel his arm over, and he did a good job. Abdul Rahman, very impressive, 15 overs, 4 maidens, 1 for 37. Mohammad Hafiz, 11 overs, 3 maidens, none for 20. And Saeed Ajmal, 11 overs, 1 maiden, 1 for 31. So 2 LBW additions there. Probably a bit of doubt in that LBW addition, but well, that was it. 139 for 2 at close of play for South Africa on day 3. And actually looking very, very good because South Africa are leading by 271 runs with 8 wickets remaining. So this match is really, really set up. So both the matches at Hyderabad and Dubai are looking like it is going to produce a result, and that is good as far as international test matches are concerned, like international cricket is concerned, and also test matches are concerned, who have been always saying that test matches doesn't produce results. Well, I definitely don't agree with that. There's a lot of things happening now, as you know. Okay, now as I've already covered this, let's get on to some analysis. As I have some time here with the YouTube broadcast, I'm going to just talk about the match between India and New Zealand, where India have already taken a lead of 86 runs going into the 4th day. As I said, Lakshman, as I said, his play was absolutely superb. Today, it was majority of strokes actually scored on the onside because his wrists were really, really rolling well, and the way he was playing was absolutely superb to watch. But Harbhajan Singh was the one who took the cake today. The way he played today, and the strokes that he was doing, he was hitting. Oh, that was a real sight to watch, and what confidence Harbhajan Singh has after that maiden century. And as always, Harbhajan Singh has been a very bold approach player, and today he was the one who actually took it, because in fact New Zealand had actually reduced India to 367 for 9, and then Harbhajan really took it over after Sreesanth came in, and really, as I said, he struck the ball all over the ground, everywhere. The way he played his strokes, that 85 is shining, I would say. Not out on 85, 82 balls, 7 fours and 5 sixes. And looking at this match, I think India are well placed here. 86 run lead is very handy. The ball, there is a bit of turn in the pitch, there is a bit of bounce in the pitch, so it is not